Hello, real ones. Today we're here with
Khaliyah X.
My name is Sydney.
And I'm Ellie.
And today we're talking about how we protect our galaxy.
The energy is off now. I'm sick of everybody and what they talking about. Is this hot now? Who got the clout? Priorities all over the place. It's a waste, don't know what to do or what to say. I'm saving face. Is it not?
What does protecting your galaxy mean to you?
Protecting my galaxy, I think it means taking care of yourself, prioritizing yourself, and protecting your peace.
Exactly.
Indeed, yes.
What about you, Ellie?
Exactly what she said, putting yourself first, being confident enough to listen to your needs and your wants,
That's a good one.
protecting yourself, your feelings, your emotions.
I think also giving yourself grace in a lot of situations, but still holding yourself accountable, because your galaxy starts with you.
Bars.
Khaliyah, can you tell us a little bit about the process when you were writing the song, the single?
Oh, the process. Honestly, I was kind of fed up, and not fed up in more of like an angry way. More fed up in like, it's time to get my shit together way. And what does that look like for me? And I guess I had to ask my question, like, what is it that you want to do right now that make you feel better? And it was really just to record a song. And my producer Joey, shout out to Joey, he lives in LA, so we never we've only had a chance to collaborate in person a couple of times, but he sent me a pack, and the beat stood out first. And I was like, okay, and I was in the studio, and I was like, I want to talk about something, and I want to like be vulnerable, but I'm like usually afraid of just being vulnerable. And it is terrifying. Like, how do you just show up and say exactly what you want to say, no filter at all? I went into the booth, and that was the first time I hadn't written anything, like pre-written a song. I just went in and I kind of like freestyled and like wrote in real time. And that was the process. We kind of like chopped it up. I went in and I was like singing melodies first, and I like plug and played songs. And the song was actually pretty magical. And it was like the first song, I think, where I was like, I said everything I wanted to say, and I said it with my chest. So that's the process.
That is beautiful.
Thank you.
What are some things that you do to like track your own personal growth? Because there's no like end all be all growth. So what are some things that you do to make sure you reach your goals and stuff?
Okay, so every month I have like a journal session with myself, and I have like different questions I ask, like, what did you do last month that you're proud of? And I think it's just really, really, like, I think it's good to give yourself grace and to pat yourself on the back for the things that you do, even if they're small. So first I'll ask myself, what have you done last month that you're proud of? What didn't you do last month that you think you could do better this month? And like main goals for the month. So I kind of just write what it is that I want, what I think I can improve upon, and what I'm proud of. And I think like honing in that focus on, just having some type of intention helps for achieving your goals. That's my process usually.
Okay, so how about we talk about who keeps you beautiful all the time, and people just in your corner too, like anybody holding you accountable in your life, or shout out a real one in your life right now?
Honestly, I'm surrounded by lots of beautiful women, a lot of feminine energy, and that's why I'm so happy to be with you ladies today. So real ones I would like to shout out. My mom first, the OG baddie, okay? My makeup artist, Alante, she does all of my makeup looks. She helps me with all my mood boards, my creative direction, my stylist, Jewel McKenzie. She also styles me for my events and performances. Amazing.
She's doing a wonderful job. You look amazing.
Oh, thank you. And they're, what's crazy? They're both Geminis. And yes, they're both Geminis. My
Genius.
Yes, genius, right? My Gemini queen. And yeah, so I've just been surrounded by lots of powerful, beautiful women who pour into me and I pour into them, and I'm just grateful to have them in my life, honestly. They also help me prioritize myself and my mental and protect my galaxy, so shout out to them.
Shout out women.
Women stories matter.
Thank you. Yes. And pay us more money.
Yes, please.
I know you talked a little bit about like the process already when you were creating the song, but can we talk a little bit more about the emotional process?
Like, how are you really doing, you know, and how much of that goes into your creative process too?
Yeah.
How am I really doing? Like, how was I like looking back on the song or present moment?
Both.
Yeah.
Present moment, I feel very grateful, but also a little. I'm in the middle. I'm like grieving, but like grieving like a mentor who just passed away yesterday. Miss Micklin, love you. Grieving past versions of myself, things that I want, things that I thought I wanted. But I'm also very grateful to be in a space where I'm allowing growth in and I'm allowing change instead of fighting against it. So that's honestly how I'm feeling right now. And I think for PMG, I think it was a perfect time to release the song because it's genuinely how I'm feeling now. Very protective over my mental health, very protective over my space. Really wanting to reassess the relationships in my life and make sure that I'm being poured into as much as I'm pouring.
That's important.
Yeah, that's where I am right now, honestly.
And I think also grieving past versions of yourself and bringing it into your music is very cathartic too, you know, like, and it pours into how you're feeling today too. But also, I commend you on being here and being so strong and dropping this amazing song. And thank you.
Thank you. No, thank you guys for being a part of this process and journey with me. I love real ones down, okay? Real ones. All the way.
We love you back.
How do you want people to take the project that you recently put out? Like, what do you want them to take away from it?
Ask yourself the important questions. I think that's what I want people to take away from PMG. Just how can you prioritize yourself more? How can you be a better person and show up for yourself so you can show up better for other people? I believe that's it. I just want to inspire people to look within and to find peace so they can be happy, honestly.
Exactly.
That's all we want is to be happy, honestly.
At the end of the day.
Yeah.
And I know Ellie was talking about being aware, like self-awareness, and also self-criticizing. Would you like to talk more about that?
Yeah, I think, you know, as an evolving adult, you know, I think it's so important to practice self-awareness and practice having accountability. You know, when it comes to healing, when it comes to protecting my galaxy, I personally like to journal a lot of my feelings out. I've been journaling for like the last 3 years. Ever since I moved into the city, I found myself feeling just lonely and like uninspired. So I was like, how can I kind of deal with those emotions in a way where I'm able to reflect and learn and look back, right? And I found journaling, you know, and it's helped a lot. I'm not the most vulnerable person, unless I really fuck with you, but I tend to be pretty closed off sometimes, so journaling gives me that that gateway, I guess, to kind of get those emotions out, so I'm not just kind of like holding on to everything and then exploding, because that's
Journaling
bad,
is
you
the
know?
gateway to happiness.
Yeah, no, literally.
You, though, like,
it's so, thank you, it's so important. But what about you?
I journal a lot too. Journal girls. I journal a ton. I write a lot. I also ask like the people in my life. I do like wellness checks with my relationships often, because I feel like a lot of times I'm like, I'm doing good, but what if I'm not doing good? Or like, what if I'm slacking? You know, like, how do you really know? And I think like getting out your head that you're perfect or that you're doing enough. But like, you know, just doing a wellness check, like, hey, are we good? Like, do you feel like I could be doing more in our relationship? And most of the time I'd be like, no, you're good. And I'm like, okay, cool. Same for you. But like, I think some people aren't gonna come out and say how they feel. Maybe they'll hold on to it.
But that's a communication problem.
Think it's a burden
No,
to
not
be
like-
very vocal about like how you're feeling, but it's not, because I don't know, like same thing with wellness checks, like checking on your peoples, and a lot of people, they'll be standoffish and not want you to check up on them when that's what they really need too.
That's true.
So breaking those boundaries with people.
Like, one thing about me is when I'm sad and I'm like aware that I feel, you know, sad about whatever situation is going on, I have no shame in reaching out to my friends and who I care about and just like telling them, because I need a vent. I'm like, hey, I'm sobbing, can I call you? And I will literally tell them and just, you know, cry and let it out and just, you know, tell them, because at the end of the day, you want that support system, and that support system is so important.
And you shouldn't be afraid to go out and find it, or even if you don't have a direct support system, like you guys were talking about journaling, like finding little things and habits to like keep you afloat, like in your free time. Because I know me personally, I'm always talking about how, like, since I'm always outside and really out there in my social life, like being alone is like really hard sometimes, and it's hard to manage what to do when you're there. And like when life finally like calms down when you're alone, you're like, damn, I haven't had time to think about this. So also managing like how much you push away stuff too, you know?
Real Mamba mommy here. I push away things a lot. I'm like a workaholic, and I realize.
Are you a Virgo? No, I know. You know I'm a Virgo.
I'm a Libra.
Okay.
You're the Virgo queen.
Libra queen.
When's your birthday? Is it
October 11th. I think how many days?
I don't know. I don't know what day it is.
I missed the first of the month.
It's the 8th.
It's the 6th.
Oh.
Oh, it's in 6 days.
You're gonna miss your birthday, girl.
I know.
Oh, we don't know how to count.
What I'm saying? Like, I literally,
Just running. That's what I call like running, like from everything and not being aware of what's going on around you, and never stopping to smell the roses either. Just like living constantly.
Like but part of me enjoys working, and part of me enjoys my work. But also, I'm like, okay, like, girl, take a step back. Like, what is going on internally? What is going on externally?
Yeah.
What is it that you need? Like, even now, like, my license needs to be renewed. I haven't even made it to the DMV. Like,
it took me like 3 weeks to do that, and I just did it on Friday, and they yelled at me because I forgot my glasses, so I had to go back and get my glasses. Because driving. No, literally, they were like, you don't know you need glasses to drive, and I was like, I do, I just forgot.
I was walking around with a under 21 ID like until I was like 23.
Oh my God.
Because I was just putting shit off.
Yeah.
Like,
but that's life. Honestly, stop making us renew it.
Yeah. You know who I am.
You're right. if we after we turn 21, it should just last forever. What else I can legally
They just
drink?
want to see our faces.
And our money.
They think we're beautiful.
Because you gotta pay for it.
Yeah, it's like $35.
Yeah. Anyway, we could talk about that all day. But like, I've just been running, so I'm like, okay, like this week, I've been at home for 3 days. And I was like, oh wow, girl, you tired.
Yeah,
Right.
and I think that's important because I know you mentioned how you're kind of a workaholic, and I would say I'm pretty much the same way. Yeah, it's my Virgo roots.
Using work to cope.
Yeah,
No, that's
it's
a real
like
thing.
I always have to be doing something or be actively working towards whether it be a professional goal, a mental goal, an emotionally goal. I always have to be working towards something, and I try to have enough discipline to tell myself, like, all right, bitch, you're tired. Like, stay home, don't go out. But it's like a constant battle. It's like I end up feeling bad for not going out or staying in.
Also, like,
or not doing
imposter
anything.
syndrome.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I stayed home one day, I didn't do this one thing. I feel like I'm nothing now. Because also there's so much, I feel like in the creative industry that we're in, there's so much of, oh, this person just did this, they just did this. I haven't done anything in 5 minutes. What am I doing? You know?
No, the 5-minute goal is crazy. Let's also talk about like the high and low, like that high you achieve when you achieve a goal, but the low right after, because it's like it's done already.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, okay, I did this, but now
You're like, what's
else?
next?
Yeah.
You're kind of like setting, because you're setting a goal and you're working towards that goal, and then okay, you reached it, and now you're like, I want more. And there's nothing wrong with wanting more, but I think what's important is realizing that you can rest after that.
And also
you know?
celebrating yourself too when you achieve those. And that's what I meant by like never stopping and smelling the roses. Because I have this problem where it's like, oh, I'll do something crazy, and then I'm like, okay, but yeah, what is next? And you just keep going and going and going, and you're never satisfied with yourself either.
And that's where imposter syndrome stems from, I think.
Right. And feeling, and I do feel a lot of, oh, I'm not deserving of this for whatever reason, you know?
Self-worth and setting like that standard for yourself. That's really deep. I would love to like just piggyback off that. I don't know. It's like when you achieve something that you really, 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 really love, and it's like you get that feeling And it's like, okay, well, did I even deserve that too? Or like even some things that come maybe a little easy to you.
Yeah.
You feel like sometimes you have to work hard to have something, but some things just came easy. Like how you went viral that one time, you know, like the 50th time. But like it's a gift. You know what I mean? Like and
queen of marketing.
Yes, you know, like it comes easy. But I think sometimes when we have gifts, natural gifts, we think that we aren't worthy of them because
Especially
they're easy to us.
When you see other people like kind of doing the same thing, and you see people like putting in the grind, and like, or like we were talking about the other day, like being a journalist now. I'm like, I would never call myself that.
Yeah.
Because there's so many people who are like in there every day, like writing, like getting those fucking stories, and I'm just like, hey everybody.
No, bitch, give yourself credit.
But that's still a form of journalism, even if it's not a traditional way. I mean, I think it's important to give yourself credit, and just because you're naturally good at something and you're manifesting ease through the process doesn't mean that you're not also worthy of opportunities.
Yeah.
Thank you. Did you guys have that in your careers, like with making music or photography?
Oh, definitely with photography. I was talking to Ben before I kind of really started even taking myself seriously as a photographer. I was telling Ben, I was like, I really enjoy doing this, but I'm scared of turning it into like somewhat a profession, because I'm scared of it just feeling like another job, you know, instead of getting like that creative energy out, it just feels like work to me. And Ben gave me like the best answer that I like needed to hear. He was like, just do it. You're really not losing anything
Nike
from that, you know. And he's been one of the most like he's been one of like the most supportive,
top influential
people,
people in Chicago. Ben Moscow.
Woo!
Shout out to Ben. I wanted to take a moment to shout out the space that we're in, just because they deserve their flowers. We're in, what's this called?
In Good Spirits.
Good Spirits. It is a non-alcoholic bar
Wine and spirits
bottle
bar.
shop. It is PLC owned. Like I said, no alcohol. As a person who doesn't drink alcohol very like often, I think maybe once a month, I've been looking for a space where I can come and kind of get like spirits, or find a place where I could buy non-alcoholic products, drinks, and my friend, my homegirl Amber, I saw she posted about this spot, and I just wanted to give them a shout out for the space. It's beautiful in here. So thank you for having us in Good Spirits.
And also, I'd like to add that me and Ellie came in here queasy as hell, like, oh my
Car sick.
goodness. And we are in good spirits. It works, you know, like that's manifesting, like words coming to fruition. Thank you, in good spirits.
Am I interviewing you guys now?
Yeah, you can.
I am interviewing real ones right now, okay? Alrighty. So, what are 2 ways moving forward you think you can protect your galaxy?
Well, first of all, I could delve deeper into self-care, because I do a lot of moving around, and like I don't have a lot of alone time. And I also feel like that's because it's by choice, you know, like I said, like always needing to be doing something. So I think sitting down with myself and getting back into that routine of like, hey girl, it's just me and you, let's do a face mask, let's eat a bowl of fruit, let's journal, let's watch a movie that you've been putting off, talk to some friends, you know, you don't have to be seeing people's faces like 24/7. And also, I think not being afraid to like strive for my goals, because I feel like I have this thing where it's like, I'm not afraid to fail, I'm more so afraid to succeed, because with success, I feel like comes more responsibility,
More challenges.
of course, and also people looking at you like, putting you on a pedestal maybe, of being like, oh, you could do this, and then like, what if I fall short? Then I'm like, everybody's mad at me, but like not being in that headspace all the time, because like you should go and achieve your goals, you know.
People putting you on a pedestal, be afraid of success. That is a very real fear. I actually dealt with that firsthand. That's crazy. And people do put you on a pedestal once you start achieving things. I just think people don't think I need help in certain ways.
Right.
That is like a real thing, you know? And I'm like, I'm still very community based. And I'm like, I didn't say I didn't need help. You know, but people look at you when you're achieving things like you're strong, or like you're used to doing things on your own, that you don't need it.
They're like, oh,
So you need it? I'd be like, don't you need it? Doesn't everyone kind of need help? So Thank you for sharing. And I'm sending you love on your journey.
Thank you for protecting my galaxy.
Miss Beauty.
Okay, I think my biggest thing is just allowing myself to be more vulnerable in my love life, my platonic relationships, my professional relationships, and like really speak my fucking mind.
Yeah.
Because I tend to hold back because of that fear of whether it's judgment, rejection, or just feeling, I don't know, silly for voicing my feelings, you know? So definitely that's something I need.
Why does that always feel silly? Like,
I don't know.
being vulnerable
And that's another thing,
being
normalize
real.
it and not letting myself think
You're
I'm
not
being silly.
Like, speak your mind. You're beautiful. Your truth is beautiful, and I'm listening.
Vulnerability is strength.
Yeah.
It's not a weakness.
No, definitely.
I think people who are less vulnerable are just afraid, like how you said. And I think people who are willing to put their hearts and their feelings on the line are actually really strong.
Yeah.
So
okay.
You're not
I commend
crazy
you.
too for feeling like that's another thing. People making you out to be crazy for being like really vocal about how you feel and standing up for yourself. Don't be afraid to do either of those.
Talk your shit.
You're not crazy. You are actually
You're not
very
silly.
sane, because don't let stuff bottle up inside you either, because that's how you get real problems. So don't.
This is a therapy session for me, okay? I'm over here taking mental notes.
And then my only other thing would just be spending more time, like doing small things that make me feel good. It doesn't have to be anything like a goal or something. It could just be staying in, reading a book. I used to love reading. I need to read more. I love thrift shopping. I love shopping in general, but I love thrift shopping. I love listening to music, you know, just chilling, lighting a candle, even FaceTiming a friend, just doing small things. I like spending time with my family a lot, and I realized I've been so busy that I'm kind of not doing that nowadays, but definitely want to try to spend more time with my mom. Love my mom.
Love you, Mom.
But yeah, it's a work in progress. You know, it's always an active thing. You know, growth is always, it's never going to be linear. You know,
And you don't always
you're
have
gonna
to be doing like really big things either. Like, I feel like that's what you're saying. Like, it's okay to do small things, because I feel like we often work ourselves up to being like, oh, you did this huge thing last week, you could do this huge thing next week. And it's like, you're not a failure if you like sit in the house with some popcorn,
watch
like
a
every
movie,
once in a while.
watch Twilight.
You know? Twilight Nation.
I just want to say thank you, ladies, for being a part of this and
Thank you for having us.
interviewing me and getting me to be vulnerable and being vulnerable. I'm just a huge fan of you both, and I can't wait to see where you ladies go and grow. Community is just really important to me. Real ones. Honestly, I'm just happy to see the girls doing it. And a lot of these platforms are male based and male dominant, and I'm just happy to see women doing their thing, and I'm happy to sit here with women. Thank you, real ones, again, for giving me this space. And yeah, that's all I want to say. Love you guys.
Thank you, Khaliyah X, for being so lovely and beautiful and lighting up any stage that you walk into and any room, because your energy is vivacious and lively, and also your skin always looks so amazing. Like,
Carrot
it's ridiculous. Really?
Carrot juice.
Take notes, everybody. If
Carrot
you wanna be
juice.
beautiful.
Okay.
Drink. They have this carrot juice at Trader Joe's. It's carrot juice, and it's like has a little turmeric in it. And I drink that all the time,
Like in the morning?
in the morning and at night.
Okay, I'm
And you
taking
can
notes.
buy it. You could just go buy it. It's not like in the fridge. It's like in the juice section at the bottom where they sell all the juices. It's like in a glass. Or, it's carrot and turmeric juice. I drink that at night.
You're changing lives step by step. And thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye, real ones. Thank you so much.
Get your therapy card sessions with real ones, okay? Book your sessions with real ones. Because we will help you protect your galaxy and your peace.
Protect your peace, protect yourself.